guys. So tonight we're talking about falling more in love with Jesus. Probably, definitely like the most important aspect of your guys' lives. Which is like pretty weighty, but let's dive right into it. Okay. Um, so first I want to share a little bit about myself, about some of like my roots of getting to know Jesus. Um, the time that I want to share the most is like my time at St. Paul's Outreach at Ohio State University. This was really the time where I had my conversion. Before knowing the guys in the house, I was actually an atheist. I grew up in Catholic circles, like cradle Catholic, but I turned away, didn't really believe. Um, but through like a retreat with these guys and through living with these guys, I like encountered the Lord and continue my walk with the Lord. So uh these pictures are pretty awesome moments. Um middle one. That is the men's arena at OSU. They would meet every week and we packed. How many people do you think are in that house right now? 200? 6 or 7? 6,700? Probably like 100 dudes. And I lived there, and like we would do the wildest things. Like there was this one video where, um, for the opening kickoff of arena, these dudes brought torches. They ran them through the house in the middle of the, just as a like a hype video. Those pictures there. That's when I first fell in love with Jesus, and it's really the most important thing of your life. Um, I know for the men here, like it can be hard to be like, oh, like falling in love with Jesus. Oh, like should I even use that language? But yeah, you should. Jesus is a lover of your souls. Like he's everything to you. Um, he's the king of the universe, and the story of Jesus is the God the Father loves you so much. He sent his son to the lowest place for you. And why do we put so much weight on like love for Jesus? Well, it's because it's the greatest commandment. God commands you. He says, "Your job is to love me." You shall love the Lord with all your heart, with all your strength, with all your soul, and all your mind. This is a greatest and first commandment. Second is like it, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. The whole law and the prophets depend on these. And so yeah, it's what our heart hearts cry out for, and it's also what God's heart cries out for. The next question is, what are ways that I can dive into this? Number 1, go to the secret place in prayer. This is a place where it's just between you and God. And why do I say that this is so important? Why is it so important to go to the secret place? It goes back to that greatest commandment. And Jesus says himself, but when you pray, go to the inner room, close the door, and pray to your Father in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will repay you in secret. There's something here that's like really important for you guys to get. That our relationship with God isn't for others. Number 1, it's for you and God. That's the deepest part there, is that like I want there to be this like burning love between me and God, that even when everybody else is gone, it's still there. And that is so important to foster, and so important to have like secrets between you and God. Next, number 2, finding refuge in the Psalms. Yeah, this is just one I really like. Like one thing I like to do is when I'm going to bed, if there's something that I'm struggling with, I always try to find that thing in the Psalms, and I just find it, and it like um allows me to like set my emotions, my heart, like on a solid ground, on a solid foundation. This one's pretty cool. Making lasting decisions for Jesus. So I just got a Wise phone yesterday or 2 days ago. Does anybody know what a Wise phone is? Hey, someone in the back. Okay, 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 okay. A Wise phone. A Wise phone. It's like it's like a phone, but wiser. It's like a phone, but wiser. No. See, there's two things. There's knowledge, there's smarts, then there's wisdom. See, there's there's a book there's a book of the Bible called Wisdom. There's actually two of them. Is there any book of the Bible called like smartness? No, that would actually be a little cringy. And these these wise phones, they basically take out all the parts that can like lead to just like being on your phones for super long, or like impure like things that people can get to on their phones. And basically it's like just a simple way of using your phone. And they the thing I want to get to here is they like took out certain parts from the phone. Like you can't really see pictures on it, stuff like that. It's like pretty bare bones, but you can get Spotify, GPS messages. Um, but they legitimately like took out certain parts because they knew they needed to. How many times have you guys said like, "Oh, I will just get rid of like this one app and I'll try to do my best," and then still like struggle with stuff on your phone? Um, in their statement of beliefs, to double down on what I was just saying, they put, "We believe change takes more than good intentions." I think that's kind of like a truth bomb. Like good intentions isn't always enough in your walk. You need to like take certain things out. And so in your love of Jesus, maybe good intentions say, "I'll pray all the time every day," and then you end up not doing that. Okay, let's actually put specific things in your life, shake things up, and stand for something great. Um, all right, that was the get gritty part of the talk. Like dive in. But now comes the fun part. All right, did you guys know there's a fourth way? So this was third, this was second, that was first. There's a fourth way. You may be asking, what's what's this new method? Like, what is it? I don't know. I don't know if you guys want it enough. Okay, okay. What is this new method? Introducing. We're zooming out here. Milky Way, galaxy. All right, let's zoom in. A revolutionizing idea. We're on Earth now. Let's go. It's a new method. It's debuting today. That changes everything in your walk with God. What is it? Oh, my goodness. Drum roll, please. Come on. Oh, the Jeep Rubber Duck Movement. Let's go. So, the Jeep Rubber Duck Movement. The Jeep Rubber Duck Movement. This is revolutionizing, guys. So, let's say you own a Jeep, and you own a Jeep, and you're like, "Hey, this person, I just love this person for who she is, and I want to give her a rubber duck." And so that's what happens. And there's no transaction here. There's no contract. You just have, out of the kindness of your heart, you're like, "Hey, this person needs to know that they're loved." And so you give them a rubber duck, maybe with a cool note like, "Hey, somebody cares for you right now." And what it does is it spreads kindness, sense of community. Okay? So, a little bit more about here. The ducks remind the Jeep drivers to look to what is good. right? This non-transactional gift. It shows them to remember kindness, and it's like if you're going to Niagara Falls, let's say, and you receive one of those ducks, it also reminds you of Niagara Falls a little bit, right? So it reminds you like everything that has to do with that story, all the goodness of it. It and then when you see it on the dashboard of your car, each day it's a little reminder of like what it means to give like a gift like that. Um, you when you see it on the dashboard, you remember like the hope of like, hey, somebody could give me another duck tomorrow. Leaves like a legacy, and it leaves like a legacy. Um, the legacy aspect is like it it like stands on. It stands the test of time. Like years down the road, you could keep it. All right. Next question. Okay, how does this connect with loving God? Great question. Um, but actually, it's simple if you think about it. God wants to give us these rubber ducks, these like gifts in our lives to remember His love in each season and each stop along the way. God has a gift for you, right? Like you can't go a day without receiving God's love. You can't go a day without Him reaching out to you. And I think that this is so important. The way some of the signs that He's been showing me is like in the last week, I've seen so many rubber ducks out of nowhere. One time, I was just praying in the chapel, and there was a duck in the seat in front of me. There was one time when I was praying in my car ride. I was like, Lord, like, do you actually want me to share about this? And in my prayer, the Lord speak. He said, yeah, I want you to share about this, just like this Jeep that's about to pass you. And then a Jeep drove past me. It was so sweet. And then the next thing is I was playing this game called Bananagrams. And the person I was playing against, this was their ending one. And they had no idea. Um, they had no idea I was gonna talk about this. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna talk about Jeep during my talk at the Vine next week. And when I said that, I didn't even know she had Vine as the other word. I was like, oh, it's cool that Jeep is one of your words. And then I saw Vine was the other word. And it's like, whoa, River of Grace. And we're gonna do a meditation now. And I really want to hit on that, like, um, the duck as like a gift of God, maybe during a hard season of your life, but a gift where He shows you His love. And it's something you can reflect on. And so let's all take a moment of silence and just in your heart seek out worship of Jesus. So just think, Jesus, you are mighty. Jesus, you are holy. Jesus, what is a memory in this journey of life to remind me of your goodness? And just let Him bring a memory to you. Just reflect with Jesus on the memory, maybe what He's bringing up with that. We actually, after this meditation, so meditation ended right now. We actually have surprise rubber ducks for y'all. So take one that reminds you of that meditation. Something that reminds you of like what God showed you. Merry Christmas.